Hey, good morning. I wanted to do a video on two topics. Today being Ash Wednesday, we enter what's called Lent in the church, and they call it the Quaresma in certain languages, and that just means the 40 days. Because we have Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sundays never count in Lent, and that goes for 6 weeks. So if you take the 4 and you multiply the next 6 weeks times 6, you have your 40 days. So that's where that comes from. And why? The church wanted to have rich people essentially discipline themselves to not eat meat because it was very expensive. You had to own your own land in order to have enough meat. But poor people could always fish. They could run down to the Mediterranean and grab themselves some fish or go to the nearest lake and get some meat products that way. Today it seems ridiculous because everyone has so much access to so much food. But it's a discipline, it's not a dogma. But it is, I guess it is enforceable, and I'll get into kind of what you can do and how that relates to carnivores in a minute here. It's funny too that they limit meat, which is the thing that humans must eat in order to survive. You can't live on veg. Seems to me that you would be teaching your populace how to kind of reduce your dependence on the true drug, which is plant material. We don't make drugs out of meat. We don't get addicted to meat. Seems to me that if it were my church and I really wanted to make you show you how weak and feeble your body is, I would restrict your carbohydrates for 6 days out of those weeks, including these 4 days from Wednesday to Saturday. You would enter into the keto flu, and then you'd find out absolutely how horrible you'd feel. Yeah, just think about that for a little bit. If your desire is to make you feel miserable and understand that your body's weak and frail, cutting out plants to any significant degree, if you are a large plant eater, all right, and if you are a glucose metabolism, trust me, you are plant-based, you are not animal-based. You will suffer. But if you take meat away from me for a while, and oh shoot, it's been 4 days, 5 days, huh? I've done it. It can be done, and quite easily so. My worst day in any fast is the 3rd day, and I push through that half an hour to an hour later, boom, and I'm done till whenever. So that's kind of the idea behind Lent. So what can you eat on Ash Wednesday, Good Friday, and the other Fridays in Lent? Well, you can't eat any of the flesh meats, but you can eat fish, and you can eat any animal-derived product that isn't the muscle meat. And so you can eat the fats, you can eat milk, butter, cheese, okay? But how much? Now, normally you just go about your business, but on Ash Wednesday and Good Friday, we have a fast. It's comical to me, but I get it, so let's talk about that. You're allowed to eat one full meal. Okay, I'm a carnivore. I eat one full meal every single day. And then you can eat 2 other meals as long as they don't equal a full meal. So essentially 2 snacks. I don't snack. So Lent for me, the fasting portion, is what I do every single day. And I've done this for over 4 years already. Most carnivores will eat only twice a day. And I don't imagine their meals are equal. I'd love for an influencer to say, yeah, I eat 2 equal meals at say noon and then at 4. No, normally you'll eat a big meal and then you might get hungry and you'll nibble on some eggs or whatever, right? So that's kind of the idea of the fast. Well, what I'm going to do today is I'm probably going to make myself 10 flat. I just take eggs, beat them, and I microwave them into these wraps. little egg tortillas. I'm gonna make 10 of those. I'm gonna fill it with a bunch of tuna salad and go nuts on some cheese, and so I'm gonna have my one meal, and my meals are normally 4,000 to 5,000 calories. Now the church does not say that you have to limit that one meal. Obviously, you can't sit there and drag that one meal out for 3 or 4 hours. I mean, if you normally don't eat, you just eat your regular meal, right? And that's what I'm going to do. That's my fast. So that's how it relates to carnivore. So you can eat fish. I don't prefer fish, not because I don't like the taste. I actually love it, but it never fills me up. I have to have like a quantity of fish, and then I need some hamburgers or something. But you know what? I'll suffer today. No big deal. Okay, that's it for Lent. Now let's go to Heart Attack Monday. Heart Attack Monday is coming up this Monday in the United States. They're about to change their time zone. I believe parts of Indiana, I know most of Arizona, and there may be one other little region that's escaping me that they actually don't change. And I want to get into this first. I live in a place where our hour is set an hour ahead, always. I live at about 102-ish degrees longitude, and the latitude that my clock is set on, the standard time, is 90. That's the thing that runs through New Orleans, Louisiana. And I'm almost to the longitude of El Paso, Texas. So when people say, well, they should just put the hour forward and just leave it there. Okay. And some people say, well, that's not good. Dudes have been living that for 12 years. All right. Mexico went back to, they know it's BS about the electricity savings. They actually ran a study and found out, obviously, that it costs them more to run a daylight savings time program than it does to just allow everything in mass. And then I heard later that it's actually food company lobbyists that want this to go, because the later the sun stays out, the more willing fat people are to go out and eat their processed garbage foods in the evening at absolutely the worst time, according to their own paradigm. Oh, don't eat late at night. Well, they've got you guys all bundled up and screwed around here because of the time zone changes, constantly making your life miserable. I don't get it, but I don't live there anymore, so I don't have a dog in that fight. But here's why it's Heart Attack Monday. Normally, you spring forward at 2 a.m. on Sunday morning. And so Sunday is always a little unnerving because you keep looking at the clock. You're like, where did the hour go? Hours are significant, huh? And then Monday morning hits, and people are waking up an hour earlier than they normally do. Bam, and that hits them. If you're going to get a heart attack, that's when you're going to get it. That's why they call it Heart Attack Monday. You know, you're going along. Monday, after the time change, whoop. So how can you prepare? Normally I do this video a month ahead. And since it's 30 days, you just set your alarm. And let's call it a 20-day week. I mean, you're going to have a vacation. You may have a day off. You may have, you're going to have 8 weekend days. But you're going to start reducing the time that you wake up over 20 days, 3 minutes every day on the clock. So bright and early that Monday, a month before the time change, wake up 3 minutes earlier. Tuesday, wake up 3 minutes earlier than Monday. Wednesday. So by Friday, you're already waking up 15 minutes early. And you're giving your body time to adjust. And then the next Monday, 18 minutes, 21, right? You just go by threes. Right now, you're kind of stuck. Thursday, I would wake up probably 15 minutes early. You can probably handle that. Thursday, that is Friday, I would try to push it to 20 minutes, 25 minutes, but go to bed earlier. Force yourself. Just lay in bed, sit there, you'll fall asleep, don't worry. But go to bed about half an hour earlier, starting tonight. And then on the weekend, make sure you get yourself up earlier. Actually set an alarm, wake up earlier than you normally would. All right, give your body time to adjust here. and then Sunday, again, do whatever it is you do Sunday, and then by Monday, hopefully the hour won't seem tragic. Or you can do this, beginning today, set your clock ahead now and function over these next 2 days with that lost hour already. That's another trick you can use. Just set your phone to a different time zone. It'll work, trust me. And you might alleviate yourself. If you want to understand more about this concept, there's a video influencer. His name is Chubby Emu, and he does something along the lines of daylight savings time hit, and this guy had a heart attack. Just look up heart attack time change. Ken Berry has videos on this as well. I don't remember exactly what he said about acclimating yourself, but I think it's similar to what my idea would be. So there you have it. We talked about Lent, your fast, what we're allowed to eat, so to speak, why I have some questions about why we still hold on to a 1,200-year-old paradigm, if not 1,000 years. I think some of the Orthodox actually still do no eggs, no animal products at all except for fish on Tuesdays and Fridays every week of the year. Okay. Again, if you're a carboholic addict, if you are a grain eater, if you're a glucose user, I get it. Yeah, you're going to suffer 2 days out of the week. When you switch to the proper human diet, you're just not going to suffer. I mean, darn, I don't get any eggs, so I'll just eat double the next day or double the previous day. And, no cheese. I can only eat fish and some plant slop. Or if you're just pure carnivore, I just eat a ton of fish that day, twice out of the week. They do promote some sardines, this and that. But anyway, that's kind of my spiel. And then Heart Attack Monday, try to prepare yourselves as quickly as possible. Again, if you're a carnivore, you're not going to have your Heart Attack Monday. Don't worry about it. You're really not. I haven't yet heard that carnivores get heart attacks. Haven't heard it? Go in the comments, send me a video. Plant slop eaters, heart attacks, all the time. That's how it works. Okay, guys, you have a great day, and be well.